Alright, here. Waiting for the stream to come up on my end so I can mute it on my end when it comes up. By the way, I probably look like shit, but that's okay. I'm inspired to have face cam on this. Yeah, it's working pretty fine. If it turns out that it's taking too much processing power to do, I'll turn it off, but it's good for now. Yeah, I've been inspired lately to at least play free run again for fun a little bit and reminisce a little bit with you guys. Damn it. Gotta get some warm-up attempts in here. I was playing a little bit before this, though, but took a small break. You guys will have to tell me if there's any problems here. But yeah, Blackout definitely has a huge opportunity to get records with. Like right there, ooh, right there. I just saved like 0.6 seconds. I don't know. That's just a guess, but using what I did there, which you probably missed it, but I actually did something special there that saves time if done properly, and if done super optimally, it can save like more than a second even, which is absolutely insane if it's done that well. But yeah, Stravos holding out on information all this time. Nah, it's just not relevant, so who cares? Why did my channel go downhill? Good question. People suck. Yeah, that's why. But yeah. I naturally tend to face downward, so you probably won't be able to see much of my face throughout this, but that's just how I focus. Yeah, right now I'm practicing getting the right angle here. Do this properly and efficiently. I was getting it a few times consistently before the stream started, but oh, nah, oh, I did actually get it, dang. Yep. Hello to everybody joining the stream. Yes, that would have made it. I'm just restarting for more practice. Oh no, I was still popular when the G slide went away. It's just when I stopped doing free run, you know, I'm actually quite a boring person unless I'm really on my game. Like my voice isn't too appealing, and the way that I speak isn't very appealing, and to be honest, even though I have a very good vocabulary and I'm pretty smart, at least I'd like to think, I have a very big trouble actually forming the words that I want to say properly. And that prevents me from wanting to do a lot of stuff that I normally would want to do, and it's basically me handicapping myself because of a slight handicap that, yeah, it's just, I have problems. I missed that. But yeah, this is the key point of the run, right here, with Blackout. A lot of you guys probably don't play anymore. I wouldn't expect it to, or you guys to not know how this works, but basically, like half the runs can get to this point. If I'm like on my game, half the runs, maybe a third, maybe half is a little bit too optimistic, but they can get to this point and still be decent enough to potentially get a world record off of this. But I need to be able to get this part. This part is very hard, This is where most runs die, unless I'm on my game. But funnily enough, whenever you know how to do this part and get it pretty much every time, you mess up on other stuff. So it's a back and forth. But I haven't played this in a long time, so I'm gonna be weird at everything. But my reaction time should be here enough that I can still actually show up and do some good stuff here occasionally. Like that. That was, ooh, the second jump wasn't good enough though. But yeah, I would put music on, but I'm not sure if my computer can actually handle that, honestly. So, I think we're just gonna stick with this. Stick with this format. I will not be taking advice on how to play free run, by the way. I'm gonna be doing it my way. Oh, and sorry, I don't actually have Monster right now. It's just water. Just finished that one. Got a backup water here now I'm opening. I hate these bottles though. They the caps don't go on very nicely. So I got to be very careful to make sure that I get them on right so that if I was to drop it, it doesn't spill all over the place or something like that. But yeah, to be honest, I'm not in the mood to entertain very specifically. I don't think I've even ever been very much of an entertainer. I don't think you can really call me that too much very often. Anything that might be entertaining comes from doing special types of editing and stuff. Like in my last video, I did a lot of dramatic, emotional editing to the music. That Rocket League montage, I'm pretty happy with it. The beginning is weird, as with a lot of my videos. I like to start them off easy when there's special editing going in, which probably turns off a lot of people, but I really like that video. I'm very proud of it. I've been getting a lot better at Rocket League lately. And I am changing up what I'm doing here. I'm trying to find the sweet spot, by the way. I'm trying to pay attention to where I'm going as I'm talking, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm going to just do that. I think the most consistent way is pretty much right on that neon line. It might not be quite as fast sometimes. Right on this neon line and take a wider curve is what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, sometimes it's not as fast, but I think that'll be the most consistent way. And consistency right now is probably my friend. And just going off of consistency alone, I can definitely beat this record. It's been in the back of my mind for a very long time that I should be able to get a 124. It's just this game is very irritating sometimes when you spend long periods of time playing and just kind of like that. My slide input was not put through because I was nearing the edge, and when you near the edge of something, there's a chance for your slide input to not happen at all. And normally I'm pretty relaxed and I can kind of just stay in the zone and the correct mindset for this for a very long time. But when it happens over the course of weeks of doing like 6 hours a day of this sort of thing, you start to really not like this game so much. And that's probably not high enough either. Okay, I got a high one, or a good jump while on the column there. I feel confident with that part. Most of it I did first try, and then the very end I was thinking too much about my words and messed up. Yep. Alright, bye Hawk. I probably missed you on your way out, but if you're still here, see ya. Oh yeah, so, no, I don't smoke, but, you know, it feels like I'm finally, my face is finally reaching puberty. I think that's the case. Yeah, I do look very different, which is kind of the reason why I wanted to do face cam here. You know, just to document my life a little bit more on my channel, so that if I ever look back on things, I can, you know, pull it back and see myself again. Yeah, in a few days, I'm probably gonna get a haircut as well, and change everything up again. So, I don't know. I might do a lot of face cam stuff here in the near future. I do also want to talk with you guys more sometimes, just like this, because I feel like if I'm relaxed and just adequately conscious and aware, I can formulate sentences well enough, but I do really struggle with that. Saying exactly what I want to say. My Broca's area of my brain is broken. Can't really form the words that I want very often. Yeah. I do not plan on doing any other maps, no. Just Blackout, because I feel like Blackout is a map. I'm really struggling on this beginning section somehow. It's just the rhythm. Getting it efficiently is messing with my mind. But, what was I saying? Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of things to talk about sometimes, and I can talk for a very long time on a lot of things, and talk very rationally, but I struggle to put my thoughts into words a lot of the time, and to be completely coherent, because I think really fast, and skip a whole bunch of things in speech. Like, a lot of the time, if I was writing things, in my head, I'd be a paragraph or two ahead of myself, and I'm a fast typer, and glitchy. But yeah, I'm a fast typer, and I'd just kind of, I'd always start trying to type things that are sentences ahead of what I want to be typing, like, in the timeline. It's like I time travel to the point that I'm thinking about currently, and that is very exaggerated with me. I think ahead, there's a lot of chronology errors that end up happening sometimes with me. And I think that's mostly where a lot of my problems come from in speech, which is why a lot of the time I kind of reject speaking unless it's perfectly planned out. I can't really improvise speaking too much. I'm very good at improvising actions, and like with video games. I really like that, but speaking, no, can't do that very well. I am very below average in that. I feel like I might be an above average person for being cool-headed and calm while speaking and speaking rationally, but I mean, if I can't say what I'm trying to say, that's, you know, it's not helpful. I'm a very bad communicator. Very often, anyway. Right now, I'm pretty good. Hey, Wub. I wonder if anyone's on and willing to talk to me while I do this. You know, keep me company. But yeah, Blackout can definitely, like, at a task level, it can definitely get down to, like, 121 even. So, yeah. So in the back of my mind, I've been really wanting this 124 for a long time. I almost had it many times when I was still doing free run. And I've just never felt good enough while also bored enough to play this game very often anymore. But yeah, and whenever I do end up going back to free run, which is very rare, I end up getting pressured by other people and myself to play all the maps, and then that depresses me out of playing it entirely. Whereas Blackout alone, I feel like, is what I have the most fun in. That's what I can actually consistently stay happy playing. And it's the one that I want most. It's the one that I know most. It's the one that I have the most muscle memory with. It is definitely the best option for me. So I really don't think I'm going to be doing any more maps if I do this in the future. Although, slide inputs, man. I really don't want to say anything for sure if I will do this in the future, but whenever I do, it'll probably be in a stream like this. So you guys will see pretty much any progress or effort I make towards it, which can be fun and nostalgic. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Because I really like the stream format of trying to do world record type stuff. I've been watching a lot of stuff like that on YouTube. And Twitch occasionally, but mostly just highlights of Twitch streams. There's not many YouTube streams of stuff like this, but this is also a very weird style of speedrunning compared to most games. It's much more niche. Yeah. Okay, catching up with chat because I'm stupid. I'm actually perfectly fine with public speaking because in public speaking you have things prepared beforehand, and while in this format I could definitely have things prepared beforehand, it's much more, it feels much more rehearsed and important than this. And whenever I'm under pressure, I always perform better as well. There's kind of a saying that whenever you're under pressure, you either perform 30% worse or 30% better. And I pretty much always perform 30% better. That's just how I am. I'm a very calm person. And usually when under pressure, it just kind of pushes me in the right direction to do better. But, yeah, so public speaking really isn't a problem. It's just conveying my thoughts, yeah. Like, in my head, I'll have arguments with myself. And trying, like... Because I debate myself a lot in a lot of ways. I like to play devil's advocate to a lot of opinions. And sometimes I get that mixed up with what I'm actually trying to say in the moment. And again, I think too fast for my own good sometimes, and in other ways I think very slowly. I'm not just trying to brag about being superhuman, but for this type of thing, I think too fast and too wildly for my own good. Even though it sounds like I'm relaxed right now, my brain is... That's probably just because I'm thinking so much, something has to be relaxed, so I look relaxed, I seem relaxed. My brain is very monotone. Or my tone is very monotone. There it is. Perfect example right there. Can't think of the word, and it drives me crazy because I'm already super beyond that, and I just can't think of the word I want there. And then I gotta be patient with myself, which makes me even more crazy because that never works. I actually have to get angry at myself to try to think of the word. And right now it doesn't matter because I'm still just going on explaining about this phenomenon, so it actually works and I can continue on. But if you can't find the right word when trying to be specific in your speech, it's a real hindrance, and it makes me crazy. It really does drive me crazy a lot of the time. But anyways, that's, you guys don't need to know all my problems. I have many problems, and I really like talking about them, apparently. We're low here, so a little slow, but we're caught up. Ate my slide input. I wasn't too close to the right edge though anyway, but yeah, it ate my slide input even though I pressed slide very far before I reached the edge, but the game doesn't care because I'm near the edge, so it's like, yeah, you don't get to slide. Yep, right there. That's the benefit of doing a jump slide like that. And so I've never really tried to do jump sliding very much because I'm very stubborn, and it doesn't actually help anything like people like to think it does, or at least it doesn't help in the way that a lot of people think it does very often. And I'm very inconsistent with it, as you can see. At least, like, it can be detrimental if you don't do it perfectly, but if you're really used to it, it can take away the ability for the game to just completely dick you over sometimes. So maybe I should have learned that. I'm not going to spend time on it now, though. It's so late in the game. I'll just do the normal strat of going at the edge in a diagonal, which also gains more speed sometimes too. And just going straight off the edge causes it to happen more often, so slanting your angle is better. But I gotta get that through my head more while relearning this. Yeah, I do look different. I look like a completely different person. I don't know why I just restarted. But yeah, I do look very different. A lot of people they used to call me a child pedophile mix. Like, apparently I'm a mix between a child and a pedophile, which, I mean, alright. I mean, I guess I'm less of a child and more of a pedophile now, is probably what I look like currently. Yeah, and don't worry about my looks either, though. If you guys are gonna end up worrying about it, I'll just turn off face cam. I'm not really acting too flamboyant or wild right now, so there's not much reason to. I just thought it'd be kind of nice. I'm also kind of just stress testing my ability to stream this. Hopefully it looks good. I should be able to run it the way it's currently doing pretty well and still look well, look decent. Yeah, I wanna... Because I do really want to get back into doing YouTube more often. And what I like to do for videos is very different from the norm. And that's partly because anytime I want to do something that's normal, I immediately go, nah, that's normal. I don't like normal. And then I psych myself out of it. But I truly don't like doing normal things just because I like abnormal things. But anyways, I want to do a lot more YouTube content recently. Hopefully I'm not lying this time. And do it with people, because I don't want to do solo content. I'd be bad at that. I don't really want to anyway. I don't have enough boost to do it the normal way. Okay, restarting. But yeah, I want to do content with other people, but that's not always possible to do in a way that's entertaining for YouTube. So because of that, I just end up not making videos. Yeah, I don't know what kind of free run isn't on Black Ops 3, so I'm not sure what your question is there. But yeah, I'm just getting confused by the multitude of comments. Okay, so let me go back to the my problems in my brain. So even though I think fast, too fast for my own ability to come up with the words that I want. When I read and take in information, that's also the case, except kind of in reverse in some ways. I take it in slowly to be able to, like, I see all the words, I understand everything, and then I actually relay it to the rest of my brain pretty dang slowly to understand the full implications of everything that might be being said. I think too much is basically what I'm trying to say. Right now I'm on pretty good pace. Oh, fancy boy. Went on the right side of the glass. Ooh. Yeah, that was my only choice given the way that I was coming in. That's going on the right side of the glass is really hard to improvise sometimes, so I'm actually really impressed that I did that, and I can't get this part. But yeah, Rocket League's really fun. I'm starting to get really good at it, actually, lately. I've been super champ area for a while now in doubles, but I feel like if I have a good enough teammate, I can probably pull that to grand champ. Now, and other game modes, game modes, I can probably get around super champ as well, because I'm used to the pace of doubles, so that's why because everyone plays doubles a lot. That's the most common game mode, so I've gotten really used to that pace. But other game modes, I can probably near that, but I'm definitely not going to get grand champ. I'm not grand champ yet in doubles. I'm just saying that I probably could with all the practice and learning I've been doing lately, if I start playing competitive again. But yeah, I am actually psyched for the coming update really soon in Rocket League with the drop shot game mode and a few little features here and there. The new ranking system. It could be really fun. I really want to find someone to play the drop shot game mode with as well, because that could be really fun to do. And with, like, the drop shot game mode normally won't, it shouldn't be very good for dribbling, but because I use the Batmobile, you can sometimes get really hard flicks with the Batmobile. And that might just allow dribbling to be a very good idea in drop shot. So I don't know, we'll just have to see. And to anyone who has no idea what I'm talking about, I'm sorry for going on a Rocket League tangent while playing free run. Ugh, how dare he. God damn it. Anytime I turn my controller sideways, it disconnects. It's because of the cord, it's not the controller. Okay, yeah, I'm not too fond of making Overwatch videos. I'm not that kind of gamer. To make that entertaining and to fit with it, you kind of have to be an entertaining person. And I'm more of a rational, logic-based person. And while if I'm feeling really upbeat and healthy, I can definitely be more like a fun person, but I really have to, like, steal the emotional energies of someone else to make that work. Because in a lot of ways, I'm definitely an emotional vampire. I gotta be around other people to actually experience emotions. And it has to be completely willful and conscious to do so on my part. Because I am a sociopath. I don't really feel emotions or empathy towards other people. I don't really think like normal people. I'm really detached in a lot of ways from the way that normal people think. And I can think normally as long as I have someone else to work off of and kind of put myself inside their mind in a way. Because there's a phenomenon in brain chemistry. I'm bad with terms, but it's called mirror neurons. That's what they've called it. As far as I know, there might be a better name and description, but I know them as mirror neurons, and I'm pretty sure I have really good mirror neurons, so that even though I'm a sociopath, I can still sympathize with other people. Maybe not empathize, but I'm really good at sympathizing with other people and putting myself inside their brain. And that allows me to be kind of normal. But yeah, I am very sociopathic in nature. And a lot of the time I try not to be, but that is my nature. And then anytime that I'm not, like for YouTube videos, trying to be entertaining, it just comes out weird and I hate it. And then I scrap the video probably in the end, so you never actually see it. Because I've been making a lot of videos, I really have. Like every few days or so, I've made a video, even though I haven't posted in 3 weeks, till recently. And that's because I just scrap everything halfway through. Yeah, I decided to say fuck it and do a montage to ease myself back in, because, you know, then I don't actually use my own voice. I can be a sociopath however much I want.
Free run. Free run. Free run.
But yeah,
Free run.
I am good at multiplayer, by the way. I just don't play COD anymore, so I'm a bit rusty, but anytime I have gone back to it, I've done quite well. I used to be a borderline professional player. Very often, I would be alongside the pros. Never got on a team though. Not for long. But yeah, I think I was probably best in... I was best comparatively in Black Ops 2, but my own skill, just technically, was in Ghosts, and then combining my skill and mentality and like just being smart in the game and having the correct strategy, that came better in Advanced Warfare, but I was less good technically. I didn't have quite the same technical skills in Advanced Warfare. Partway through it, I started getting really good again for a little bit, but yeah. And believe it or not, I was doing YouTube back then, doing a lot of content that I was very proud of, and I'm still proud of at the time. Made a lot of montages and stuff. But nobody knows anything from me before then. They're still up on YouTube if you really wanted to go back, but yeah, I did a lot of stuff. It's probably really awkward to watch, but ate my slide input there. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed YouTube before Free Run, and then you know, I actually started to become a little bit human. But then Free Run gave me an out to stop talking to people and just play Free Run constantly and still feel successful and happy with YouTube. And, you know, I gradually stopped talking to less people because my outlet for being social is in gaming and YouTube. I don't really talk to too many people normally.
Free run.
But yeah, so free run ruined me in a lot of ways that I'm not gonna get into, but that's one of them. Yeah, there were a lot of really good moments in free run though too, like when it was just starting and the community was building, everyone was happy. And everyone had shared goals and ideas and ambitions. I met a lot of people, new friends, new good buddies that still stand today. Some that I'm not so much friends with anymore. Some that I was never really friends with either, but just kind of new. More acquaintances, you know? But not even just the social aspect. I really did like free run. I've always liked speedrunning and doing anything to perfection. Or at least attempting to. Damn it.
Free run.
I probably smiled a week ago.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
But yeah, I probably do need a therapist, honestly. Because a lot of the time I think I understand myself, and then I come up with new observations. And yeah, it's just, I'm very
Free run.
broken in a lot of ways, but that's just because I'm aware of a lot of things that other people are broken about. Yeah, in a lot of ways, I'm,
Free run.
like, I like to think that I'm better than other people. I think everyone kind of does that. But I probably learn from other people more so than average. But I take it too far. Damn it.
Free run.
That was pretty good. I probably would have been maybe as much as 0.4 ahead on next checkpoint with the way that I landed on that one. Let me just relax a little bit for the future here.
Free run.
Again, I am not taking advice from other people because
Free run.
just statistically speaking, you can almost assuredly assume that I know better than any individual one of you. But then also, in my own brain, I have the opinion of me being better than any of you. Again, just like I was saying. So, I'm not gonna listen to any
Free run.
any opinions on what I should be doing in here. I'm just doing this for fun right now. And, a world record may or may not happen. It probably won't, but if I do this kind of stream every so often, it almost assuredly will.
Free run.
Alright, so at this point, I've been streaming for a while. I'm just gonna try to relax a bit more, and to do so a little bit better, I'm gonna, take the pressure off and say goodbye to the camera here. Alright. Let me also get more comfortable. Ooh. Here in clothing. Ooh. Here in clothing through the mic.
Free run.
know, hopefully it's not just a visual glitch and you actually can still see me. That'd be awkward. Ooh, I thought I bounced there.
Free run. Free run. Free run.
Yeah, no, the way that I do it is best way. It really doesn't matter though either. But the way that I do it has some secret properties that I'm not gonna say. So, don't even worry about it. Everything that I'm doing, just assume is the best way. Although I may not say why, unless something cool happens, and then I'll explain it and quickly move on, and act as if it never happened anymore. Because I still actually know secrets about this game that I've never really told anyone. But, I think I've told everything that I've found, at least to someone, but each individual thing I've probably only told to one person, and it's not the same person. Like, trick A goes to person B, trick B goes to person D, trick C goes to person F, that kind of thing. And it's not because I'm withholding secrets, it's just because it's not relevant. It, you know, free run's dead, nobody cares. But I like to think of them as secrets now, because they've stayed pretty secretive, and I think it's funny.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
But yeah, I've had many 123 capable runs as well, by the way. I don't think I can say that I've had any 122 capable, or at least definitely not, definitely not in a manageable way, but some of them seemed like it could have been a low 123, which is absolutely insane to you guys probably. But, yeah, there's a lot to this map that can be done technically better, like using technical skills, and as well as slight route changes. Basically using the same routes, and I might as well, because all that's required to actually get a new record on this is to just be more technically skilled doing the easy way, but doing some very hard things along the way, which can accidentally happen very often with the way that I go through this with the route that I have, that I'm prepared for if happens, and I'm using my own response time to improvise the way that it's done into being good. Yeah, 123 is definitely possible, is basically what I'm trying to say. But all I care about is a 124. And technically, a 122 should definitely be possible, and potentially even a 121, although that's gotta be, like, a computer doing it. But yeah, like, those walls right there were pretty fantastic. I'm talking too much to do the correct input timings on everything, though, so I can't be too consistent. I'm alright. And a lot of the times when I'm talking, it helps me kind of get in the zone a little bit better. So, you know, you just kind of automatically do the right thing sometimes when you talk, so Sometimes it hurts me, sometimes it helps to talk. But I never know which it's gonna be, which is the stupid part.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
But yeah, I'm not doing any other maps than Blackout, because Alpha just drives me insane. I
Free run.
don't like it.
Free run.
I never really have. Sometimes it's been refreshing, but only as kind of a reset so that I can go back to Blackout. And every time I've gone back to free run, I've felt pressured to go and play the other maps, specifically Alpha, and that leaves a very bad taste in my mouth about free run as a whole, and then I don't want to play it at all, and I kill myself off of free run again. So whenever I do this, which this might be the last time, who knows, but whenever I do this kind of stream, I'm definitely going to be doing, or if I do any other maps, it's not going to be for very long at all. I really want to keep myself on just Blackout, because I enjoy Blackout a lot. It's the least luck-based of all the maps. You heard me right. When you're skillful, Blackout is most definitely the least luck-based. And because of that, it makes it the easiest to get a record on. And it's also the one that I'm most invested in to get a record on. Because I like the idea of getting a 124. And a lot of my old tweets and a lot of the old things I used to say was that I really wanted to get a 124. And in the back of my mind, I still definitely do, because I think it'd be a great accomplishment, and it would be even that much more hilarious that if I came back to free run to do it and just stopped entirely. Yeah, that would be funny. It'd be nice. It'd be good. But who knows? If I actually get that, I mean, maybe I will still keep playing free run occasionally. Ugh.
Free run.
What do you mean I am alive?
Free run.
What does that mean?
Free run. Free run.
Yeah, I've seen those runs, and no, they are not easier than Blackout. Blackout is super consistent and makes perfect sense, whereas Alpha has a lot of inconsistent things to it. At least when you're as knowledgeable and understanding of everything as I am. Blackout is partly the least luck-based because it just goes quicker. There's less time. Because it's the fastest run. But then also, there's less obstacles. There's just more dead time. Or at least more tame time. So it's more focused on doing key points in the map, rather than every little thing could dick you over. So it's quicker, and the things that you're doing that could mess you up are less frequent. Just doing the math, that sounds easier to me. And it's by far the one that I am most consistent with, just in terms of my own skill as well, which is probably biasing the way that I'm saying this, but ugh, I can't do the start properly while I'm talking here. I always have trouble with the rhythm of the start. Basically, just because I don't think about it very much, because I get through it so quick, and you can just restart it if you fail. A lot more of my energy is concentrated later in the run. But, yeah, in a lot of ways, both objectively and subjectively, Blackout is definitely the easiest map to speedrun.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
Ugh.
Free run. Free run.
I'm being silent to try to get the rhythm of this down. Because, yeah, a lot of my runs die really early on or at 4 walls. At least if I remember correctly. I'm not very consistent right now at anything because I'm really rusty. But I feel like I'm doing alright. I feel like I'm quite good for not playing in so long.
Free run. Free run.
Yeah, eat some donuts, you inspired me. I actually reinstalled Black Ops 3 just to do this as well. You got me thinking a lot with your messages there. I normally don't respond to messages because most of them are just like, hi, and completely pointless, or can I ask you a question, which just wastes everybody's time. Like, don't ask someone if you can ask a question. Like, if I say no, then I'm lying, and if I say yes, then you just wasted my time, so, like, ugh. So, the only truthful, genuine thing to do in that situation is to not respond to anyone who asks if they can ask a question. Goddamn idiots. Oh. I hate that. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. And for good reason. I think everyone can agree, but so many people do it. Oh my god. Like, do they realize that they're doing it when, and how bad that is as they do? I hate people, man. I hate a lot of things people do. And I'm no exception. I hate a lot of things that I do too. But I do different things than other people do, it seems like. I'm different, but also bad in my own ways. And I think that's true for everyone, obviously, but I like to think that I'm especially different because I like being special.
Free run. Free run. Free run.
Okay, let me just get some runs in. Let me get like a sub 140 in. Let me just get like decent runs here.
Free run.
Which means if I can even remember how to do so, once I get to 4 walls, I'm gonna do it the easy way. Ugh.
Free run.
Yeah, everything up until 4 walls will basically look exactly the same. I'm just gonna be less stubborn about how good I have to do. So I'm gonna, you know, ease up a little bit and let myself do it a little bit more safe, but just not as speedy, you know? Sometimes it may end up being just as speedy because a lot of the things that I'm stubborn with don't actually really matter, and that's especially the case because I'm rusty, so I don't even know what's good to be stubborn about. And stubborn isn't really the right word, I'm just gonna use it a whole bunch because it's the only one I can think of. Because I'm bad with words. Ew. Okay, 10-second penalty. We can still get a sub 140. Nah, who cares? Oh, I'm doing it the hard way. Hey, oops, I made a mistake. I did that completely wrong. Damn it. I was gonna do it the easy way, but I forgot. Oh, what a mistake.
Let's do that.
I screwed up. That was good. That was good glass. I gotta really exaggerate. Yeah, okay. I think I remember how to do that actually properly. No? Oh, aw. Thought I got it right. Where is this point? There we go. That was good. Ooh, that was bad. Okay, let's see if once I get up here I can actually do the end, because I like cutting it short for some reason. There we go. I specifically also made sure that my attempt was cutting it short as well, trying to do it as if I would do it in a real run, trying to be super perfectionist about it, and I still made it. So hopefully if I'm actually on a real run, I'll try to be a bit safer than that. But that's a good success of doing it risky, which is what I was trying to do. Because I was low when I got on the column, because I jumped real soon before my boost was fully recharged, as well as I used up my boost pretty fast. So, oops, that was wrong. So when I had to jump off the column, I had to get a really good jump and thrust to be able to get out far, but then also have the thrust timing to get high as well, which conflict with each other. Getting far and high don't really work together very well. So I was able to manage doing them perfectly together in a way that still allowed me to get up where you need to be. And that's what you need to do when you accidentally make a risky move there. I'm actually ahead a little bit because my run sucks at that point. If I'm just doing an average run, an average record run for me, like an average PB, world record, whatever you want to say, an average run that makes it to the end using my desired strats, then I should be like 0.5 ahead at that spot. It's definitely possible to be over a second ahead, just doing it without any change to the strats. And then even further, if something cool happens, I could be 1.5, even 2 seconds ahead if everything's perfect and the cool thing happens. And the cool thing is perfect. Yeah, I haven't read chat in a while, and that's because I'm deliberately ignoring you guys. Oh yeah, double bounce. I'm assuming you mean like you hit the corner and you get 2 bounces worth of energy off of the bounce. I call that a high bounce when that happens, but I also call another similar thing like that a high bounce. But yeah, it doesn't matter. There's many variations of special things like that, like thrust bounces and thrust high bounces of both types of high bounces. But who cares? I'm not one to care about teaching people about this anymore. I think it's fun to do, but I'm just gonna keep all my thoughts in my head. Is that okay? Can I do that, please?
Free run.
Ugh.
Free run. Free run. Free run.
Yeah, doing the multiple people in free run glitch is how you actually get a time of 0 seconds. That's how that happens. Which is why I've been very paranoid about ever doing that and have never done it because I don't want a time of 0 seconds on the leaderboard. But yeah, that's how you get 0 seconds. Technically, it only happens if you don't have a time for the map already.
Free run.
I think is the only way that it can happen, but I've been so paranoid about it that I've never done that just in case somehow some kind of crazy version of that happens unexpectedly and resets my time and puts it to 0. So yeah, that's why I've never done it. When free run was still popular though, I really considered it
Free run.
because it would make a good video, a good series even, of doing that occasionally. Lots of good free run type things I could have done and even did with people that I actually made videos on but ended up scrapping. That's a thing that I do a lot. I've made many more videos than I've actually put out that no one will ever see because I delete them. A lot of the time, I delete them before I'm even done editing, though, so it's not like a complete waste. But, yeah.
Free run.
A decent 20% of them, though, do actually get finished, and while I'm uploading it, I decide, no, that is not gonna be uploaded. Because I'm a crazy person. And some of them I definitely regret deleting because they would have been very entertaining and actually good videos, especially compared to the ones that I end up posting, because a lot of the time what happens is I delete the videos that I'm actually inspired to do and have put a lot of ambition into doing, and then I delete it because it's not as good as I want it to be.
Free run.
And then I end up not posting for a while, and I'm like, oh, well, I still want to post YouTube. Let me just make something and post it. And it ends up being way worse than the other thing would have been. But I'm like, well, I should probably post some stuff every now and then. So it's really, really backwards thinking.
Free run.
And I think I might have to restart my game here because it feels like my inputs are not going in how I want it. And lag definitely does start to accumulate the more that you have a game running. And restarting your game does actually help. That's a trade secret by top free runners, that you want to restart your game every so often and not have a super long session, because glitches start happening more frequently and the frame rate drops more and more slightly and everything just sucks. compared to, it's just less consistent. Let's leave it at that. So let me finish this. Oh, never mind. Let me restart this now. Ugh. That's the sound of me drinking water. Yeah, I'm honestly really surprised that a lot of you guys are sticking around still. It's quite boring, there's no music, I'm not trying to entertain whatsoever, but hey. I actually get ASMR, by the way. I experience ASMR. I'm one of those people. Occasionally, I'll watch ASMR videos on YouTube. I'm definitely one of those freaks. And to those of you who don't really know what it is, but know enough to know of it, no, it is not a sexual experience, you dumbasses. Yeah. Yeah, some ASMR can be creepy. I'll not dispute that. But yeah, you really have to be in the mindset to enjoy it. To enjoy it, you actually have to want to enjoy it in the right way to enjoy it. You can't be like, "Ooh, surprise, gotcha with ASMR." No, that doesn't happen. You actually you have to go into it wanting that feeling. And to people who've never experienced ASMR before, like you have to naturally experience it. At least in my experience, you have to naturally experience it in random daily life and then cling on to that feeling and try to reproduce it in while watching ASMR videos. Like, ASMR videos are just helpful to help the viewer produce it for themselves. I hesitate to say that it's something that you actually have to actively concentrate on. It does just kind of happen through relaxation, but you do have to be in the right mindset for it and evoke it in your body in a way. At least for the most part, I'll say. But yeah, ASMR can be a gradient from just being relaxed to experiencing actual, like, electrifying, tingly sensations. Which may sound sexual if you're a dumb person, but I can assure you it's not. Yeah, a lot of the time that happens with the way that I speak, road dude, but
Free run.
that is just the way that I speak as well. Although I'll take more pauses when I'm trying to concentrate, but that is the way that I speak as well because I've already said this, so I won't go into detail.
Free run.
But I've said this too many times already this stream, but I can't think straight when I communicate with people unless I'm actually actively having a conversation with them back and forth. There's no power struggle happening or anything with who's guiding the conversation. It's just a natural conversation. Then I can start to actually convey my thoughts pretty well, but under any other circumstances than that, it's really hard for me to put my thoughts into words because for me,
Free run.
I think the part of my brain that was ready for language, I think I was ready for language too soon before I actually grasped it. My interpretation of language is very emotional and spatially connected. And that's the case with everything, honestly. That's how my brain works. And it's really hard for me because basically every time that I talk, I have to translate my version of whatever words there are into English. It's almost like my first language of English is my second language, which sounds probably really stupid, but that's how it feels. Ugh.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
Sidewinder. No. No, I'm good with it as it is. I'm good with all the maps as they are, except Blackout. I just have this little itch to scratch here, you know? Maybe the itch goes away by itself. Maybe I scratch it. Who knows?
Free run.
I'm actually really impressed. I conveyed my thoughts perfectly. Wow. I actually, improvised a metaphor that worked perfectly and conveyed exactly what my thoughts were. I'm happy. That was good.
Free run.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time I'm just too stubborn on finding really good ways of speaking. Because I've never fallen into a lot of common things that people say. Like, oh, hey, haven't seen you in a while. How was your day? Woo! Like, common things like that. Stupid, common things. Anything that's common, I reject wholly. I hate the norm. Oh, my skill is deteriorating right now. I'm also thinking more about what I'm saying rather than playing. But yeah, I'm weird.
Free run. Free run. Free run.
Yeah, I feel like as long as I'm paying full attention on the game, I can do some really good timing, and I get my rhythm down and stuff like that. The only problem comes with me assuming that the game is gonna work properly and doesn't. That's the only problem I have. That's my weakness. That's my only weakness, is assuming that the game's gonna work properly. Like right there, I bounced off the edge, but I think it used a bit of my boost as well, and I don't like that. But I also did make a mistake too, because I was more focused on raging for you guys, because I know people like when people rage and be weirdly emotional, even though that was completely staged and I didn't actually feel emotions. It was kind of fun for me to do, though. I like acting.
Objective failed. Redo. Free one. 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 Free one.
Tony, you need to make videos, man. You need to make videos, because I know you would make some dank-ass videos. And you need to make videos.
Free one.
And I know you want to. And I want to make videos with you and cling on to the side of your success, because you will be successful, and therefore I will become successful again by staying next to you and potentially helping promote you with what little success I currently still have.
Free one. Free one. Free one.
Actually, you probably don't want me to promote you. That, you know, you probably, yeah. Yeah, you probably don't want anything to do with, this community. I know I struggle with not wanting to deal with you guys. I mean, sorry, but a lot of you guys, whew, you can be painful. Most of the time, you guys are pretty great, though. But, ugh.
Free one.
Ooh. The times where you're not great, it's, ugh.
Free one.
Whoa.
Free one.
But yeah, it doesn't matter if I have 15k subs, because 14,000 of them, actually, how many subs do I have exactly? 15,600? Then 15,400 don't even use YouTube anymore. So, yeah. Doesn't matter if I have 15k subs, because, none of them are really using that subscription. They should just, you know, unsubscribe from me already if they actually do watch YouTube. Damn it. Or, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the or was. I'm concentrating on the game.
Free one. Free one.
But yeah, if I uploaded consistently and wasn't such a bitch, I would have kept much more of my subscribers watching consistently, probably. You know, I might still even have 1,000 views every video, at least. So like 10 times better than currently. As well as I could have started growing again, so even more than that, if I had even just uploaded consistently. But, nah, I prefer quality over quantity, but if I go too long without quantity, without any quantity at all, then I prioritize quantity very highly until I have one, and then, okay, so in other words, exactly as I explained earlier in this stream, I'm repeating myself, because that metaphor was going nowhere except inside my brain, and I was thinking it too fast for me to explain it actually properly. Yeah, I want to make good videos, and rarely, you know, I do. But most of the time what happens is I get upset that I'm not posting, and so I post something stupid rather than something good. And then I'm like, oh, good, I uploaded. And then I take another break and it repeats.
Free run. Free run. Free run.
That was a pretty good far landing. I want to see what time this is. Okay. Oh, got a fake bounce there. Got a little hover bounce there. Well, little fake bounce. Yeah, also, a lot of the things that I've wanted to do on YouTube are already, like, niche things that other people have made, like, their brand. It's their type of content. And so it's like, and I want to do all of it, too. I don't just want to do, like, and it's just like, not only are people already doing it, so it's not original, but, like, it's their brand too, so it's like really stealing if I did, but then also it's a niche thing, so not many people will like it in the first place, and it, Anyways, let me just concentrate on the game. I've been talking about things that I have no ability to adequately explain. I've been doing that too much.
Free run. Free run. Free run.
Hang on.
Free run.
Sorry. Oh yeah. On the topic of PewDiePie, I watch a lot of his just
Free run.
videos, but no game videos. Like he hardly even does them either. But I really like his editing style and just the way that he does YouTube. And I mean, because I'm involved with YouTube, or at least like to be, I mean, everyone who would like to be involved in YouTube has to at least research PewDiePie every now and then. Yeah, I enjoy his new videos, his newer style in the lifespan of his channel, the history of his channel. Oh, I was worried about not having enough boost, and then all of a sudden that wasn't even a problem. and I got to the wall really fast, actually, and surprised myself. Okay, I am adequately warmed up. I'm just talking too much to actually get something good happening. Oh, it ate my slide input.
Free run. Free run. Free run.
I have an Elgato HD60, which is quite fantastic. I definitely recommend it, although I bought it a long time ago. And I know that Elgato has better things than that. I want to say it's like just an HD60S, but then there's probably better than that as well by now. So I'm probably not the best person to talk to. Although on the case of microphones, this is not old news, but I definitely recommend the Blue Yeti, which I am currently using. For the longest time I was using the Razer Siren, but it has problems. It's a great microphone if it works perfectly, but it has too many problems, you know? At least the one that I had. And the Yeti is cheaper, I believe. And better. Like, not even the Yeti Pro, it's just the Yeti. And, you know, super reliable. Super standard, super consistent. It's nice. Whereas I think, honestly, with pro versions of microphones, they also, it's not only that they're better, but they also require a better sound atmosphere around it and better maintenance. And, like, they require you to do so much more than just use it. Like, you have to use it perfectly and properly in the right setting for it to actually be a good choice for a lot of pro versions of microphones. I might be just talking out of my ass here, but that's what it's felt like for me. By the way, in my peripheral vision, I can see that the chat is scrolling by, but while playing a high activity game and talking, I can't really keep up very often. So I apologize. Ooh, that could have been better. Oh.
Try harder.
Ugh. Me. Orange neon line. Ugh. Thrust bounce. Okay, can I just... I gotta get more rightward velocity. That might be okay sometimes, but that's not optimal to land that high. What's the most optimal for this is that you launch like straight out, super fast, and fall down super fast. That might not make sense to most people, but the more downward speed you have, the more speed you can convert that to when you bounce off the wall. So it converts to outward, forward speed as well. So if it's done perfectly and you have a lot of forward speed already, but you're going downward fast too, I mean, pretty obviously, more speed is better. More speed is faster.
Try harder.
There's a few exceptions, but I'm talking pretty generally here. And I can't really explain them too logically, nor can I really think of them offhand. It's more of just a feeling that I understand as I'm playing. Okay, there we go.
Time, shall we?
I should do it that way more often. That wasn't quite optimal, so just saying that way won't describe it to you guys too well what I mean. But there's kind of a safe way to do that pretty much just as fast if you time it right. Anyways.
Free run.
I'm not gonna answer anything in the comments right now. You guys are kind of ass right now, in my opinion. I'm just gonna ignore you guys. If that's okay. Yeah, it's better for my sanity if I just outright deny you guys sometimes in speech, even if it's just kind of light like that. Like, saying it how I'm saying right now probably makes it sound a lot worse, but what I mean by outright denying you guys is just be like, alright, through the internet, oops, anyone can be dumb by accident. Or on purpose. And when I view things as dumb, which it might even just be me that's being dumb, I just need to accept that the situation is happening and not try to change it or be a part of it. I just need to outright reject it. And that will be better for my sanity, because normally what I do is try to fix the world. And that doesn't work.
Objective failed. Redo. Free run.
At least in Twitch chat, there's more spam to distract from other types of stupid. Anyways, it's fine, it's whatever.
Free run.
But yeah, I like to think that I'm a very rational, unemotional person, but in a lot of ways, I am very emotional. And it definitely goes both ways. Somehow I am both of those at the same time for everything. And pretty much any label that you could give me, like smart or stupid, I'm a paradox with. I am both of those. I am very smart and very stupid. I am emotional and unemotional. I am a paradox with basically any version of those that you can do. Any label that you can give me, I am both that label and the exact opposite of it. With pretty much everything. And I hate that about myself and love it. Actually, I just hate it. I just like the poeticness about saying love as well, because that's, ooh, I was saying, oh, opposites. But yeah, I've grown to hate it. I used to love it. But it is definitely much more of a nuisance, I've noticed.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
My beginning strategy is not slow. It's just me that's slow. I've always been very inconsistent at the beginning, and that's just because, it's the beginning. And the beginning of anything has a tendency to be slower than any other part of a speed run very often because you tend to be more relaxed about it. It might be slightly slow, like, you know, but it's very consistent for me. And as long as I'm on my toes about it, it should be perfectly fine. Aww, I thought that was good.
Shall we?
I stopped talking right at that moment, and that changed my my rhythm. Oh, got shot to hell a little bit there. Don't want that. Oh, thought I hit the wall earlier. Alright, well, you can definitely tell if you just compare to the beginning of the stream. I'm doing a lot better at that, definitely, lately. And that's my main focus, and then that's always been my main focus. And then once I get to glass, I'm like a lost dog. I have no idea what to do because
Try harder.
because I'll make mistakes like that because I don't get here often enough to worry about it. It's easy enough to be consistent at these though, I feel like, so it doesn't require too much actual effort on practicing. And I'm able to stay pretty relaxed. Ooh, that's low. That's... Yeah, I had to do a quad burst attempt there. But, yeah, I'm pretty relaxed. I'm very emotionless whenever I've gotten world records. Like, I might breathe a little harder. I don't really celebrate, though.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
I wouldn't consider myself rank 1 anymore if that's, if you're talking about me. I don't know who is, but... Eh. Maybe in, like, the overall chronology of who impacted free run the most and who drove it the most, you could say that I'm probably the best by far. I don't think that's even me trying to say too much. I definitely did have a lot of influence over the free run community. In strat building and just as being kind of a leader of sorts, which I never exactly wanted to be, but it just kind of happened that way. Felt kind of good to be though, you know.
Free run. Free run.
But yeah, I don't need to keep up to date with new shortcuts because I have my own secrets for this map as well.
Free run.
And the way that I do it is perfectly fine for me. It's a very consistent way too. And if I'm not mistaken, this might still be the record for Blackout. I honestly have no idea. So, I don't keep up to date with that. I know Infected was taken. Obviously Alpha and Sidewinder too, we've already talked about that. Honestly, I have no idea about Blackout though. I just want a 124. That's all. But again, it might just be an itch that I currently want to scratch, but it might just go away.
Free run. 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 Free run.
I'll have you know that I have a sub 2 time. I want to say it's like a 155, where
Free run.
what is it exactly? It's is it 5 checkpoints?
Free run.
Oh, what was it? It's really low checkpoints that I actually used. Like having the low... I really I liked making that series and editing that. I had thematic music between all of the videos in that too. Doing the only whatever number of checkpoints. I liked making those. That was fun. Sidewinder and Infected I kind of half-assed, to be honest. But Alpha I made sure was good, because, I mean, a lot of people care about Alpha, and Blackout I made sure was pretty much perfect, in a lot of ways anyway, because a lot of people care about Blackout as well. But yeah, Sidewinder and Infected I just basically went for the first good attempt that I got it with.
Free run.
Whereas Alpha is actually kind of hard to do with what I did. And I think there's even a way on Blackout to reasonably, without cheating with the original rules of the challenge, to get even one less checkpoint, but I've just kind of ignored that thought. And then it's also, well, what do you consider cheating for that challenge? That's a hard question to answer, too. Oh, I thought I missed. Aw.
Free run, shall we? Free run.
Yeah,
Free run.
yeah, so the G-Slide is not slower than normal running, obviously, but
Free run.
yeah,
Free run.
it is definitely right to say that the G-Slide has very little use if it was still here in Freerun. When Freerun was still building up to the point it is now, when the G-Slide was still in the game, we overused it for sure. And that's just because it was an easy solution. It was a very easy solution because all you needed to do was learn one trick and use it over and over and over and just be good at that one trick every time. Woo! Speaking of tricks, got the thing. It wasn't a good version of it, but it definitely sped me up a little bit. Even though it was terrible, it helped.
Free run.
But yeah, the G-Slide, if it was still in the game, could be used in a few places and actually speed up time, but it would only have a very minor improvement, except on Sidewinder, maybe. Maybe it would have a more noticeable improvement, like an actual decent improvement there. Almost definitely. Hey. Oh.
For another attempt.
The sound of the bounce happened, but I was just like a pixel off there. I was actually like, what was that, 0.5 behind, and I caught up to 0.3 ahead, or something like that. 0.4 behind. Ooh. That just proves how bad some of the things were in this run. And yeah, there's a lot of improvements.
Free run.
Yeah, that was not even optimal either. I'm only just starting to get good at this again. But yeah, getting a high bounce, I've said it multiple times already when it's accidentally happened, but getting a high bounce at the water area there, at the right spot there, it's somewhat common actually. And if you do it right and just skate your way around the, getting around the left waterfall thing perfectly, you can literally get a second of improvement if you do it right. A whole second of improvement, even more than that if it's optimal. And over my time, that would be, a second and a half in that area of improvement. Plus, I can get 0.5 better right before that. That's why I say 2 seconds can definitely be shaved off here. Plus, advancing every other part of the run. Yeah. And I'm not even kidding. Ooh, thrust to bounce. But yeah, I've shared a clip of me doing that part, getting like a whole second of improvement there, more than that probably. And definitely over my current PB. But I've shared a clip with that with Evan Capano. Once, I believe, on Skype. I don't even use Skype anymore, man. That's like, ugh. It's outdated now, basically. But yeah, a lot of things that I'm doing with thrust timings, I know are sloppy. I'm not caring too much. I'm just going for consistency. Ahead! Ooh, I was really trying to get it at the right time. I wasn't confident. I was trying to really stretch it out.
Free run. Free run.
I didn't end up doing any more 1v1s, Tim. I do kind of want to 1v1 you now because you think you're so hot. Though. And if you truly are as hot as you say you are,
Free run.
maybe I could even learn from you. Because if I had to bet, I'd say that my technical skills are probably better than you.
Free run.
At least for some things. But the strategy, I'm still working on. And I gotta, make less mistakes, too. I occasionally make mistakes. Most of them, though, are recoverable mistakes. I've gotten good. I'm usually pretty good at games where the only mistakes I ever make are ones where there's not too much of a bad impact. Because I'm very good at not overextending what you can do and taking risks at good times. I feel like I'm very good at that. But And what I was talking about there is for all games, not just Rocket League. However, in Rocket League, it's taken me a lot longer to figure that out. Mostly because I like Rocket League for it being fun. I'm not trying to actually get too good at it too fast. I want to keep it fun for as long as I can.
Free run. Free run.
I went on COD. I'm very good at COD. It's not just free run. I'm actually good at multiplayer, unlike the popular belief somehow. Ooh, he's good at one specific thing in a game? He's probably terrible at everything else. I've never seen that anywhere else except on my channel. most of the time, people stupidly assume that if a person's good at one thing, they'll be good at more things than that. But on my channel, it seems to be the opposite way around. And maybe that's just because of my personality. It invokes that in people. But, yeah, that's always astounded me. Both of those fallacies.
Free run.
Oh yeah, the Elcar nuke. Ooh, so impressive. Well, whatever.
Free run.
Yeah, the Road to 100 series, I was honestly, like, it was weird. It's like, the format for it was changing constantly, or like, I don't even know. Yeah, I was messing with format stuff for that. The Road to 100% series was fun. Very heavily edited in a way that normally if something is heavily edited, it would feel more polished, but that's not the kind of editing that I like to do or even can do. And even if I could, again, I don't like to do. I don't like things that are heavily over-edited. I like precise editing, but I don't like over-editing. I don't like too many things to be going on at once.
Free run.
Right.
Free run. Free run.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't care about nukes. I haven't even gotten a nuke in Infinite Warfare yet. Mostly because I don't like using any of the weapons I have a nuke variant for, and also because I don't like the game. I'm only 4th prestige, I think, on it, and it sucks. A lot of people believe that, and yeah. Yeah, in case you guys were wondering, I'm on 7.6 sensitivity right now. 7 horizontal, 6 vertical for free run. I would not do that for anything other than free run right now. But I feel like that's really good for blackout anyway.
Redo.
Yeah, if I can just get past 4 walls when I'm 0.3 ahead like that, that'll be good. I honestly forget how good my second half is, but I know that there's a decent amount of possible improvement. I don't know how much that actually is, though, to be honest. It might be hard. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't check my record before doing this. Ooh, tied my time, even after a bad thing like that. Oh, I thought I could skate above that. I still got ahead there on a technicality, but I wasn't really ahead. I was still slightly behind in actuality. I didn't really care about Jev talking about me too much. However, I was honestly really happy with Clayster giving me a small shout out at first. Because I actually sent him like a documentary of like the movement in this game, because I felt like a lot of pro players didn't understand the movement yet, because obviously they have a whole bunch of muscle memory for other stuff, and I put in a lot of work to understand intelligently the movement system. So, I mean, I contacted Clayster about it. He felt like someone I could probably contact and explain stuff to. And he was also someone that I wanted to contact. and he gave me a small little shout out at first and probably spread the word in some way about things like the G-Slide, right? Which then led to Drifter finding out about it and doing a coverage thing, which wasn't entirely correct, but I was pretty impressed by the way he stated stuff, and the way that he also gave credit to me, even though he showed video of someone else. Dempsey, I want to say. I don't have boost. Yeah, I honestly, I feel weird. I don't know entirely who did that anymore. Ooh. That was a good glass. Let me just finish out this run. Oh. I clipped the end there. I got too uppity. And I tried to do a quad burst because I was low. I could have done a 3, but now that the run is over, I'm just trying to practice risky situations. Oops. I want to get low again. It's hard to consciously try to get low. Okay. Ooh. Again, I'm trying to get low here and force, oh, well, not that low, and force myself to do a quad burst because I don't know how to do that. While we're at it, you guys remember this thing? Let's see if I can find the spot here. Woo! Oh, I missed that though, really? I got the hard part and then I failed that part. Oh my god. Hopefully I didn't peek the mic too hard. Yeah, I'm pretty smart. But yeah, satanic, man. Ooh. Oh, I didn't do the thing, but oh well. That hardly ever happens, so whatever. I'll just improvise if it happens. Again.
Free run.
Yeah, I'm surprised I got the thing. I was super confident about it too, but I was well aware that it would probably fail, even though I was being confident about actually getting it. That's a super hard thing to land on, by the way. That invisible peg. Because it seriously is just like a 2-pixel peg that you land on, and it's invisible. There are 2 of them, actually, kind of near each other, that you can land on. But I go for the right one, I believe. Or at least that's what I did, like, a year ago. And I haven't done it once. I haven't even tried to do it once since I made the Blackout 5 checkpoint video. So I'm really surprised I got that. So it is just the corner jutting out. It's like as if, like right here, if there was an invisible peg jutting out here. It might even be a thing that I can run on. I think it's right here. But yeah, yeah, it's just like 2 pegs that jut out. Like, it's almost like, do you see like the metal pegs here? Maybe it is more than 2. Maybe it is these right here that they are visible, but it's just invisible in that spot. I'm off the edge, but I haven't fallen yet. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's... Yeah, that's why I call them pegs, because I saw those on the side of walls. But yeah, it's things sticking out like that, but they're invisible.
Free run.
Alright, Tim. See you later.
Free run.
But yeah, Satanic was a fun rival for Alpha. I really liked that. There were a lot of videos that I exaggerated the rivalry with. I really like... Okay, so a little secret here. I exaggerated the rivalry between everybody in my videos a lot. I over-dramatized it because it's fun, and you know, but I wasn't overdoing it to the point that I made a big deal about it, but just, you know, hinted at things here and there, very deliberately, very deliberate hints, very deliberately placed to give the impression of a rivalry and kind of seed it into your minds and mind control you guys into thinking the way I wanted.
Free run. Free run.
But yeah, a lot of stuff with Brooks, yeah. We even faked a couple things for videos. Not gonna lie, we faked a couple
Free run.
thing like I'd briefly show messages between us. Yeah, we faked messages for the video. You know, playing up the drama. Because Brooks and I became friends very quickly. He was my little protege at first, and then my equal surprisingly quick.
Free run.
Oh,
Free run.
man, when you get good bounces on those walls, it can feel really good, but then you go too far a lot of the time to get a good bounce on the only wall that's showing currently, the second wall.
Free run. Free run.
Yeah, I watch Netflix. I mean, Netflix is it's the most common religion on the planet right now. I mean, that's kind of weird of you to ask. I mean, doesn't everybody watch Netflix?
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
But yeah, Brooks knew a lot of things pretty early about exact ways to bounce as well as character selection. Ooh. 'Cause character selection matters, if you didn't know. Maybe that was by accident, though. But, yeah. And a lot of the times, when... But yeah, to clarify, some of the things he knew very quickly were like, curve bounces, doing those correctly. But yeah, character selection, don't panic, doesn't mean much, but it does slightly matter.
Free run. Free run.
But yeah,
Free run.
I'm very stubborn in a lot of things that I do, and I'm very rhythmic. So a lot of the time, people who are not so rhythmic and just do things at the exact time rather than be all musical about it, they can have more potential than me. I'll definitely admit that. Although I'm very cool-headed, and when I'm, I'm very consistent. Not right now, because I'm rusty still, but I've made very noticeable progress, I feel like. And while talking too, like while not even trying to concentrate on it. I mean, that's pretty good. But yeah, it's muscle memory though. It's easy to get back. Ooh. But yeah, yeah, so I'm very consistent, and yeah, very consistent. That's my strength. Although some things I can't quite, like I can't be consistently overpowered at too much sometimes, but I'm very consistently safe and maybe even above average, but not very consistently insane. But then, like, another thing about my stubbornness is that I'm on 7/6 sensitivity. Like, turning at certain times is definitely slowing me down compared to Brooks and Michael, who use max sensitivity. But I'm stubborn. Like, seriously, like 0.5 seconds throughout the run, maybe even. Okay, that's probably a little wrong, but I mean, a noticeable amount is, and like on infected, I have to up my sensitivity a little bit because it's so long that it's definitely noticeable. But yeah, it's whatever. Let me just try it anyway, just upping it slightly. Oh, thrust bounce. I hate those. Ugh. But yeah. Like, there's a lot of things that I consciously do wrong, or at least not quite optimally, because it makes me just more consistent in general. And consistency is very valuable in gaming in general and speedrunning. It's very valuable. And you gotta weight consistency over being optimal. And what I like to do is have the strategy to do things optimally, but do those optimal things in as safe of a setup as possible. And I think that's basically what everyone tries to do, for the most part. But I feel like I go for consistency a little bit more than normal, and then I also go for stupid things that aren't consistent that I have no idea why I decide to do. I'm just inspired to do, and then it messes me up. Because I need to break away from the consistency, probably, and I don't know. Yeah, I try to speed up and do things that are literally impossible
Free run.
to do for no reason. It's like I get impatient and I'm like, well, like, let me just get there already. Like, it's like I want to time travel. Like, and speed up time. It's not that I'm actually trying to do anything, I'm just getting impatient and speed up my rhythms of what I'm trying to do. Oftentimes. Yeah.
Free run.
Ick.
Free run.
Yeah, I'm like my conscious brain is thinking like very relaxed thoughts, very consistent thoughts, but some part of me just wants to go faster. It's like, because I really do have a need for speed in video games, and the pacing of speedrunning,
Free run.
even though speedrunning is fun, but the pace of it is often too slow. Like, I need a faster paced game to speedrun. And I'm hesitant to get into other games for speedrunning because, first of all, it'll soak up a lot of my time. And because of that soak, I'd want it to be useful for YouTube. But if I posted it on YouTube, I don't think people would like other types of speedrunning from me too much. Maybe. But, I mean, you know? And then also, I'd have to learn a new speedrun, and I'd be late in the game, and, you know, what if a new game comes out that I want to speedrun? And then I can be, like, with it as it's developing the whole time, and that would be a much more fun experience. I'm somehow magically got that. Ooh. Kind of sloppy, but did the thing. Oh, that was really gross there. It was almost good, but not even close. But yeah, and then any time that I spent learning an older game for speedrunning would feel wasted, and, you know, I want to focus on other things anyway. I don't want to spend that much time on learning things that are usually that fruitless as speedrunning. Yeah, I honestly haven't seen too many N64 games speedrun. I really like speedrunning, and I've been watching more and more different games of it as time goes on. Games to speedrun that are decently popular at all. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to get into an older game because of what I was saying. But yeah, like, I feel like I would have a lot of fun doing other speedruns. And I feel like I would be good at it as well. And just streaming this, like, I've been talking like an insane person throughout this whole stream. And also hardly talking at all. And it's been going over decently well, I feel like. Your guys' retention time is much higher than I thought it would be. So that gives me a little bit of inspiration to try to do longer form content like this for YouTube. more streams in general. Why can't... I always want to clip that. Like, watch. Let me try to get a really good example of clipping into that. Like there. I just sneak my way and clip into it. I always want to do that. But that is not very safe. Because of that, you can just bounce right off of it there. This part can be very angering if you don't clip correctly. You kind of do have to clip, though. Like, it's almost more consistent and faster to clip that. So I don't know what to do there sometimes, honestly. I've never known what to do. I just kind of pray a little bit and try to clip it correctly.
Free run.
I don't want to get Black Ops 3 on PC. And, no, Glass was terrible. I can assure you, I can do way better on Glass. I kind of want to even show it. There's some really good things you can actually do with Glass if you're consistent at it. Glass is another big time save that I can do, I'm almost positive of. I can probably get 0.5 on Glass, like a full 0.5 if I do it right, and even more if perfectly, but I'm not counting that. Just doing the correct thing that I want, I could get probably 0.5 out of it, 0.4 at least. And again, that's not even talking optimal, that's just doing the correct thing that I want there. The correct motions.
Free run.
Do the outside wall bounces at the beginning? Don't know what you mean, like that? Because, I mean... I was trying to really stretch it there. But yeah, I used to try stuff like this a little bit. By the way. I tried it a few times. Seriously. Oops, didn't bounce there. Yeah, I tried that a few times, seriously. But it never was quite as good, because this way, you get a straighter shot and you land a bit further, and you regenerate your boost at a very optimal time compared to the other way, and it just never worked out quite as good.
Free run.
No, I really don't think it's quicker. You can land on the platform right beyond the barrier like a second quicker. Probably even more than that. You can land on it, but you're not as far forward, and you're not regaining boost at an optimal time. Oh, that sucked. I'm also not even starting properly. I think I gotta be more like that. Still somewhat diagonal, but like right there. But who cares? I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to get a world record.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
But yeah, like, I would definitely be able to concentrate better and do this much more consistently and optimally if I wasn't streaming. But I don't like the idea of just sinking a whole bunch of time in this without me streaming, you know? Like, if I'm gonna be playing free run, which honestly probably won't end up being very often at all, I want to stream it because it'd be fun. Little nostalgia streams and possibly even world record. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not like, I'm just going through the path. I'm not even like trying to efficiently use my boost at the right times for speed or like because that's too much energy to think about while talking to you guys. So I'm not gonna do everything perfectly. I'm just gonna do what my muscle memory tells me and hope it's good. But I don't know. Off stream, I might do a little work shaping up my little mistakes here. But yeah. Only a little work, if anything, though. Like 10 minutes of work. If I even continue this. There is something addictive about free run, though. Or just any speed running. Yeah, I don't like those bounces. Alright, see ya. Yeah, a 121 is task-like, but should be possible. Definitely a low 122, for sure. But that's literal perfection. And that's only counting the things that I actually remember and know how to do. Like, who knows what tiny little developments have actually been made rather than just what seems like conjecture in the chat about the beginning here. And these walls, which, well, I did poorly there, but those walls, I'm pretty sure I'm doing the fastest way to stay really consistent at it. And if a different way is faster, there's a couple different things you can do here. If there is a faster way, it is barely faster. And this way is super consistent, at least for me. And there's much more energy that needs to be put into other parts of the run than that. That can save even a whole second, like right here. More than a whole second, because that part in my current record is not actually all that good. I can save 0.5 just naturally sometimes, and a second more on top of that using the trick. So, I mean, yeah. Much more important things to worry about. And I'd rather just worry about consistency for everything else. Ugh. Okay. Good glass. Watch this. If I can... Nope. Not good. Ugh. Almost. Ooh. Cutting it a little tight. I'll show a good example of it. Ooh, that was too wide. Gotta get a bit of a strafe in there to get the right speed out of it, but I'm flopping around. Let me. So I get to the corner, I turn, get to the corner, I turn, regain boost just in time. Nope. I'm not inconsistent at doing it normally. It's just, obviously, you've seen me do it correctly a lot. I'm just trying to get it optimal. That's not good either. I want to get a really good show of what it can be. Not good. Yeah, it's so good that I've contemplated maybe you can bounce on the third glass and just completely soar and climb up to that, which if that is possible somehow by keeping enough height here and soaring all the way up to that and mantle that, that would literally be like a 7-second time save. Like, that would be insane. And you can sometimes almost actually make it seem reasonable. Okay, there we go. Don't slide. And it was still a bad example. It was almost as far. You can land right here super fast. Faster than anything you've seen in this stream. And land right here, regain boost, and go up without even sliding so that you can regain boost faster. You guys get the idea. I've spent enough time there. But honestly, I think the stream might just be winding down, so
Let's do better this time, shall we?
let me finish this the cool way. That is super hard to do, and both attempts that I've done that, oh, I've succeeded. That is near impossible to do, and both of the times I've tried it, I've succeeded during this stream. Okay, sub 7. I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, I think that'll be the end of this stream. I've streamed for very long, and honestly, I'm getting kind of tired. So, and lies in the chat are happening, by the way. Lies in the chat. I know for a fact that Ziggy is not gay. No. But yeah, lies in the chat. Anyways, that's a good way to end. And, yeah. I guess I'll, see you guys later. Maybe I'll do this again. Maybe I will never touch it. But I definitely want to do more YouTube content. That's for sure. See ya!